everyone, Richard Lewis here. It's the Richard Lewis Show. It's a Christmas special. I've got a fucking hangover. Sam's back. We're going to try and plow through and just record something, but man, I feel ropey as fuck. Where the fuck have you been, Sam?
I don't know, a bit of a family emergency, but luckily everything's sound now, just time for Christmas. But I've just got mad flu as well.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, mad flu. Like, I woke this morning, both my ears were deaf. Like, they were fucking clogged or popped, I don't know. So I tried blowing them out, like I usually do. Just fucking just burns, but I feel like there's acid in my ears. So then I went downstairs, heated up some olive oil, because I read it on Google, just poured it in my ears. Not when it's boiling hot, like.
Right, mate. Let's just rewind it. So you woke up and you couldn't hear, and you went and boiled some oil and then poured it into your ear.
I just heated it a little bit, so it was warm, so it was lukewarm. And then I put it in my ear, stuffed some cotton wool in it. And then after I left it in for an hour, took it out, and I can kind of, it's not fully good, but I can hear.
You're mentally ill.
Google told me to do it, bud. Seen it on at least 3 sites.
Let's Google some other stuff, shall we? Let's Google some other home cures.
How to clear tumours.
Yeah, exactly. With bleach. So anyway, I'll tell you a story, right? Because you just reminded me with the death thing.
Right.
Back when I used to live in Port Talbot, I used to play bowls, obviously, at the bowls club. And, everyone plays bowls down there. It's not really considered an old man's game in Wales. People don't realise that. And Port Talbot's got quite a proud tradition because it produced a world champion before called Jonathan Price. I don't know if you know Pricey.
Yeah. Look at him.
Yeah, he's a legend. So anyway, I used to play in a team with my mate Daves, who's sadly no longer with us. But we used to play in a team, and we had 2 deaf people on the team, right? Fully deaf, right? And the team we called it mass psychosis. Right? We used to enter all these leagues. This is all true, right? Called mass psychosis because I was on it, and I'm a bit of a header, and Dave's was a massive header, and he'd been institutionalized for a little bit because of drug psychosis. But what really tipped us over the edge was these 2 deaf people, because they were fully deaf. One only did sign language because he didn't want to talk, and the other one just talked, and obviously he had the deaf voice. But what people don't realize is, you think, oh, you're playing with deaf people, it'd be super quiet. But nah, these motherfuckers made a racket, right? No one would say anything. Because this is so bad, but this is honestly true, right? So what they would do is, obviously, when you're cheering the ball to go, the ball to go down, and land next to the jack, right? This is legit, right? Obviously, you go, come on. But these guys would be going super loud, making these mad noises and that. And it used to trigger everyone so hard on the Bulls club, like this, right? And fucking everyone going, can you fucking keep it down? And I'm like, you can't hear you, mate. He's fucking deaf. So, we're just playing in this Bulls league, mass psychosis, fucking brilliant, and they're just shouting also, Yeah, it was unreal, man. So, turns out pouring oil in their ears didn't work, mate.
Didn't they leave it in for long enough, but they heated the oil too much.
I wonder what happened to those cunts. Because we had a fella on the team as well who was 99 or something. He was insanely old. Yeah, a guy called Wynn. Obviously, he'll be dead now, or he'd be in the
anymore.
Hey, no, but he was a fucking legend, right? So he didn't drink, which no coincidence.
Not
he lives to
so
99.
well.
It doesn't touch alcohol, but he didn't drink because his story was he'd only drank once in his life, and it was the day after we won World War II.
Right,
and everyone was given the day off as a reward for winning World War II in the army.
Good reward, that.
So, yeah, innit? You just won a war. All your mates are dead. You can have a day off.
Back tomorrow, though.
Yeah, back tomorrow. We'll find another war for you to do. So anyway, he got so arseholed on a punch in the officers' mess because everyone was allowed in there. He spent his day off in bed being sick. so he never drank again. But he was a good Bulls player as well, old Win. But wonder what happened to him. Fucking hell.
I'll do the math on that one, shall I, mate?
Yeah, just have a look. Like, if you go down the Balls Club now and ask about Old Win, someone will know him down there. Like I say, he must have made it to 100. And he was sharp as a tack. Like, his eyesight had gone, but he still had better eyes than me. He didn't need glasses or nothing. It's fucking mad. Like, he was a freak of nature. Mass psychosis. He occasionally rocked up for a game. So again, imagine got me and Dave's drugged out of our fucking mind. 2 deaf people making all the noise, and a 99-year-old man who looked like fucking Yoda.
Guiding you all.
Yeah, just best player on the team probably. Anyway, right. So let's talk about news. That's what the show is about. Obviously, it's the Richard Lewis Show with Sam Davis back from wherever the fuck he was, lurking with his family emergency. You were in fucking rehab.
Not yet.
That would be an emergency, like.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So let's start. And by the way, if it's a little bit dark and people are noticing about that, I can't have bright lights on, or I'll just vom everywhere. It'll be pretty bad. So let's do it. Let's start with some Didn't Happen. Classic segment. It's what everyone loves.
Oh, staple of the show now.
Yeah, we got to make T-shirts and mugs and basically
vlogs. It's coming.
Yeah,
I've been looking into it. Shouldn't take much longer. It's basically, I just got to find, is it best to make like a shitload of them and then never sell any and we're $4,000 in debt?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Right,
I like that idea. Let's just do that. No, because what we can do is then, if the worst comes to the worst, we can get some brownie points by donating them to a charity or something.
One massive load of Didn't Happen shirts.
Yeah, there you go. And you'll just have all these homeless people with like, Didn't Happen.
Yeah.
Equality for all didn't happen. American didn't happen. Be kind of ironic, wouldn't it? Be good. Anyway. Do you remember there was a Mississippi church and it got burnt down?
Yep, I do.
Right? It got torched. And everyone was like, there you go, it's these, because it was a black church. I mean, I don't know. Like, black people don't specifically make them for black people, you know. You can go in there as a white person.
Yeah, I know.
But they call them black churches. I don't know why. But anyway, when that happened, this was back in November. It was a week before the presidential election. So everyone went ham about it, you know, in the news. Look, it's proof that bloody racists are coming back, you know, with a vengeance. White supremacists are coming back with a vengeance. And obviously it had "Vote Trump" written on the side of it. So they charged somebody with this crime recently. Can you guess what happened, Sam? Wasn't a white supremacist Nazi dude. It was a black member of the church. And you can see this. This is in the Clarion Ledger. If you go to that, you can see it. But it might be behind a paywall. But bottom line is, you can see that law enforcement officials released the photograph of the dude. And obviously this guy, guilty as fuck. Like, straight up did it. You know, black guy, member of the church. Even during the investigation, even though the media were like kind of reporting, this is white supremacist, the police were saying, we actually don't believe there's a political motivation for it. We think it was a frame-up job. We think it was made to look like there was a political motivation for it. We think this is fake as fuck. That was the police assessment right from the get-go. Not as widely reported in the mainstream media, of course. And now that we found out it was a black guy and a member of the church, not a Nazi and not a white supremacist, what happens? Media go quiet about it. It's just in local news stories. So again, classic banter. I've still yet to see a genuine hate crime committed by a Trump supporter. I think have we had one? Did we get one last time when we did a show?
No, it wasn't the one that turned out to be a Hillary supporter.
Yeah, no, there might have been one.
Maybe it was when I wasn't here.
It don't matter. Anyway, overwhelmingly, this idea that America has become a more racist place since the election of Trump, that white supremacists now feel comfortable espousing their rhetoric, and you know they're out there publicly burning down black churches. All of it not true. It's just inarguably not true. So again, still waiting for this spate of hate crimes to get proved. But let's just talk about something else. Do you remember on the last show we did? I know it was a while ago for you, Sam. I've been keeping the YouTube channel fucking locked down.
Yeah, thanks for handing me that 50%, mate. Well, I was going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we might need to have a chat this month. Mate, you know? You might. I'm going to tax you $1,000. I'm taxing you $1,000.
If I had $1,000 to be taken, mate, we'd be in fucking good roads.
Yeah, I know. We might hit $1,000 this month.
I know. That'd be huge.
We might. That'd be huge. Definitely not because we're spamming you with ads.
Yeah. Turns out the way to make money on YouTube is you give them actual ads. So
yeah.
Enjoy those.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna put loads in. So thanks for that.
Yeah, 8 ads per video.
But anyway, you're gonna need to play a YouTube video here, Sam. But do you remember last show we talked about Kurt Eichenwald, that fucking that journalist who's, and what did I say? I said he's mentally ill. He needs to be sectioned. He needs to be institutionalized. So people didn't. People probably just laughed that off. I'm being deadly serious, by the way. This guy is mentally ill. Trump being elected has created a psychotic break in his mind. And there's further evidence of this that we're going to get into. This guy is like, an editor at large for like Newsweek. Okay, so this guy has a pretty prominent position within the media. But he went on the Tucker Carlson show. And just play it, mate. I mean, we don't need to play the full thing.
From the start, yeah?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You just watch, basically, here's what you do. Watch it until he gets the folder out. All right? And then just stop it. Yeah, yeah. You've obviously missed this one, mate. There you go. Have a look. Just watch it.
Okay.
And obviously, full sound so you can hear how mentally ill he is.
All right.
On this show. But one Newsweek senior writer has made a name for himself this election season with an arsenal of florid headlines, especially florid ones. His name is Kurt Eichenwald, and he joins us now. Kurt, thanks all for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So I've been reading your stuff for, 20 years probably. But in the last year, I've noticed an increasingly, I think it's fair to say, partisan turn from you. And so I looked up your bio, and it describes you as a senior writer at Newsweek, which suggests journalism. Do you believe that you're practicing journalism?
When did you stop beating your wife? What are you talking about?
Well, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I read your Twitter feed, and this is the kind of stuff I'm reading on it. At one point, you ask of conservatives, why do they hate America? You describe Trump as, quote, stupid and lazy. You refer to dumbass Trumpers. You say this to Kellyanne Fitzpatrick. F you. You say this to Trump voters.
Hold on
F
here,
yourself.
Tucker. I mean, one of the things I want to make sure of, you have a real habit of taking a lot of things out of context.
I can read you the tweets.
And so if you're going to talk about
a
tweet, let's talk about a tweet. Read me what it says, and we can talk about it. But let's not just sit here and take a couple of words here and there. Now, if you're talking about the
would you want me to read you some of your tweets?
Read me one. Let's talk about the one that bothers you the most.
Well, I mean, there are a lot, and it's not that they bother me.
But I can't answer a question about a lot of tweets. Give me an answer. Give me a question.
Well, you're entirely entitled to your opinion. My only point is that you ought to label yourself as what you are, which is an advocate. And so you say things like this. How can Trumpsters defend a president-elect?
Let's stop for a second. You won't give me an example.
I'm trying to give you one right now.
Then give me. Here, you know what? Let's play the game another way. I spent a little while just sort of doing some research on you.
Why don't you answer? Let me ask you this question, if you would.
Tucker Carlson falsehoods. And I can sit here and I can read them to you one at a time.
I appreciate it.
And we can talk about what you have to say.
That's pretty good.
Or you can give me an example of what you're talking about.
So there you have it, Sam. Right? Like, does that seem normal for you?
He's busted up the file. I like when you busted the file, but nothing, the folder, but nothing in there. Like,
right? Yeah. You can even see the blank pages. Right? Now, Tucker Carlson, he starts laughing about this, mate, and saying, "Fucking, come on, is this performance art?" Right? But this guy, Eichenwald gets the folder out again. Now, I won't play you the full thing, but I'll give you a summary. They ask him a question about one of the allegations Eichenwald made in the election cycle, which was he had a source that said Donald Trump had been in a mental institution. Yeah, the exact same place Eichenwald actually needs to be in right now. And he said, that he had evidence about it, and he blah blah blah. So Tucker asks him, "Listen, have you got evidence of that? And if so, can you tell us what it is?" And for the rest of the interview, he's going, "You won't let me answer. You always do this on Fox News. You just talk over me," because he starts giving this mad, long, contrived answer. Like, in 1980, I was approached by... And they're just like, look, have you got it or haven't you? A simple yes, no question. Tucker Carlson even says, I'll give you 30 seconds right at the end of the interview. Now, unfortunately, what Kurt Eichenwald does at the end of the interview is, in fact, might be worth bringing that up just to show you how far gone he is, Sam. Because maybe you're not convinced. Maybe you think I'm
last
making
30
this
seconds,
up.
shall we?
Let me just tell you when he starts rabbiting on about it.
Okay.
Hang on. Right. Let me tell. Right, hang on. Let me just find where it is.
Really delivering this to you and
30 seconds to answer.
Right,
Oh,
just go to 8 minutes. Go to 8 minutes.
Okay.
Just watch this. He says he's got a message from the CIA for Tucker Carlson, and then just listen to what the message is, because I still don't know what the message is. Now, again, people will tell you this. I've been around a lot of people with serious psychosis, mass psychosis, you might say. The Bowles team from Port Talbot, right? And I know that one of the classic delusions is being sort of in touch with intelligence agencies, or that you work for a government, or that you're a secret spy or whatever. Happens all the time. I've met many people who've had psychotic breaks that believe this. So just listen to what he says.
Because it's a message I've got from people from the CIA. I know a lot of officers. I know a lot of agents. I've been in their homes, and they're really delivering this to you and to Donald Trump. These are people who have sacrificed a lot for this country. They go through into the CIA every day. They walk past that wall with 117
I get it. What's the
black
message?
stars. If you're going to say that we can't talk about the fact that there are 117 patriots whose lives have been lost serving this country, that's fine.
I'm starting to have concerns about you, Kurt.
Right now,
tell me what the secret message from the CIA is.
Who are putting their lives on the line, who are to be sources of information for the CIA. That information is coming in. That information is then being put together by analysts who are not well paid, and they do very hard work, and they do it because they are patriots.
I'm sorry, we're out of time, Kurt, and I don't mean this in a cruel way. I would have real concerns if I were one of your editors, and I mean that. I'm not calling anyone a liar, but I am saying I'm concerned about your behavior on this show tonight. But thanks a lot for joining us.
That's because you won't let me answer your questions. I don't think anybody's fooled.
Thanks a lot, Kurt. I appreciate it.
Right, so Sam, again, you've done a lot of drugs, right? You've done them all.
Yeah.
Is he all right, mate?
He's fucked, mate. The worst part is he's trying to hide it or something. I don't know. It looks like he's been smashing psychedelics and his mum's come in a room and he's just pretending to be normal. It's like, Mum, I have a message from the CIA and I need to tell you it now.
Yeah, just listen, right, Ma?
And then it just goes on, people who are receptionists work really hard.
What's he talking about? Why would the CIA want to give that message to a member of the media, through him, another member of the media? Why go to one and not the other? The whole thing is insane. So, right, he's fucked in the head. So what does he do on Twitter? So go back to December the 16th in his Twitter timeline.
I think about 7 days, hang on.
Yeah, well, no, actually, he's been off
tweeting
Twitter a little while. Yeah, I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. So, December 16th, after his appearance, which he tweeted about, right? He says, "Yep, as expected, Fox News viewers going after my kids online because of my confrontation with Tucker Carlson. Classy bunch of fans you have." So, first of all, he's doing that classic leftist thing of if you're a fan of somebody and you misbehave, it's the responsibility of that individual. So same as Donald Trump's Twitter, same as, just whatever, right? Like it's always full of, and again, no evidence either. So I'm just going to dismiss that didn't happen, right? But then he goes, again, the message to Tucker Carlson from a career CIA officer who's been stationed in some of the world's most dangerous places to keep us safe. And then he follows that up with a tweet going, "Sigh, I can't find what I wrote down." Right? But he said the people who gather and analyze intel at great sacrifice deserve to be honored, not demeaned and insulted. So, what, you wrote the message of the CIA guy down and lost it?
I know, as if the CIA phones you. Hang on, but let me just find the pen. Oh, where have I put that fucking note?
Oh, no. No, but the thing is, why wouldn't you
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Why
would
would
you
it
just
be
remember
through
it?
email? Or why would they be on the phone? Why would they just phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, got a message by the way, mate. Receptionist work hard. All right.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. Or you're going on the Tucker Carlson show tonight. So just remember this, yeah? Right? Receptionists work really hard, and I like 2 sugars in my tea.
And
You know what I
you're
mean?
mentally ill. And
Yeah,
this conversation
exactly.
is just in your mind.
Fucking out to lunch, isn't he? Right? So he goes on and on and on. And then some folks are overstating what I said. The medical records I have showing Trump used amphetamine derivatives for years are dated from the 1980s. So here's what happens at this point. Someone tweets at him, right, saying, "You deserve a seizure." And it was a strobing, flashing GIF, right?
Right.
Now, here's the thing.
Did
I
it
didn't
happen
know.
though?
No, well, it did. I can show you the tweet if you
Okay.
want to see it. Let me just find it. Right. So let me just let me see if I can find it for you. I mean, they're not really showing the GIF, are they? Anyway. Well, anyway.
Yeah, that's right. If we know what happened, we know what happened. Just
It did
checking.
happen.
Yeah,
It did happen. Now here's the thing. Kurt Eichenwald is a. I always want to put the V in his name. I don't know why. He's an epileptic, right? Okay, so he does have epilepsy. So on his Twitter timeline, it's now deleted. But he after that person tweeted at it. Let me just see. I've got to get the archive for this because it's got to be seen, believed. This is his wife, right? Just check.
No way did he reply to the tweet saying this is his wife, he is having a seizure. No way.
Yeah, legit. Here it is, right? So, there you go. Because it was
There's
the
no
person
way.
the person who tweeted the flashing GIF at him was called Jew Goldstein. Right, reasonable, right? So anyway, so you can see here, look, at Jew Goldstein. This is his wife. You caused a seizure. I have your information and have called the police to report the assault. So this is moments after the tweet, by the way. So keep in mind.
Yeah, no, he's seizing on the floor and you're just like, let me go on this cunt's Twitter
yeah.
now.
Just
Let
what-
me just look at his phone, which definitely I know caused it, which was definitely a tweet.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is so improbable. So, but here's the other thing that I know, because I've been around epileptics quite a bit, and as you know, I used to work in a school where a lot of children had either severe health problems or developmental needs that meant they couldn't be in regular schools. A lot of the kids had chronic epilepsy. Now, if you have the kind of photosensitive epilepsy that will be triggered by a brief glimpse at a flashing GIF, the life you lead is just unbelievably debilitating. You certainly wouldn't be able to sit under TV lights or,
Go on the
phosphorant
internet regularly.
lighting. Yeah, and also as well, here's the other thing. You can set Twitter to not play GIFs automatically, right?
Yeah,
So-
and if you had that kind of epilepsy, you obviously would do it, right?
Right, definitely. So I think this story is absolute hokum. I think it's bunk, and I don't mind saying it. Now, obviously, epilepsy is a terrible condition, and I'm not making light of it. But I think we can see here, this is a guy who literally on the same night made a fool of himself going on a national show with a fucking prop folder with like Arial font size 20 saying Tucker Carlson's falsehoods that was empty. Right, and claims he's getting messages from the CIA. I think the last of his fucking worries right now is his epilepsy. I don't buy anything he says because he looks so mentally unstable right now. So, anyway, his wife tweets at Jew Goldstein, wife, right? And he says, that's it, like, you've caused a seizure. So he says, for self-protection, I'm taking a short Twitter break. I will be spending that time with my lawyers and law enforcement going after one of you. Last night, for the second time, a deplorable aware I have epilepsy tweeted a strobe at me with a message, "You deserve a seizure," on it. It worked. This is not going to happen again. My wife is terrified. I am disgusted. All I will be tweeting for the next few days are copies of documents from the litigation, police reports, etc. Once we have the lawsuit filed, we will be subpoenaing Twitter for the identity of the individual who engaged in this cross-state assault. At this point, the police are attempting to determine if this is a federal crime, because it appears to be cross-state. This kind of assault will never happen again without huge consequences. This individual will be going to court, and he will be paying a price. And if any of you others ever try this again, I will make sure it happens to you. Online anonymity does not protect criminals. That's why subpoenas exist. You are facing criminal investigation and a lawsuit. This is a guy who wanted to stay off Twitter, by the way. These are all tweets. Yeah, mentally ill. So if any of you others think about trying this cute prank, consider the consequences. They will be severe. Again, I will not be seeing your comments or tweeting for a while, except to upload copies of litigation and police documents. Otherwise, I'll be back once it's clear from the paperwork. I'll be tweeting that this is not a joke. See you soon. Next day, deplorables won't stop me. I'll be on the Amjoy show in 45 minutes. See you then. So, fresh from his terrible seizure and his Twitter exile, he's off on another fucking TV show. He don't give a fuck, mate. So it's mad. Now, here's the thing. So he has then started tweeting out like, "Oh, yep, I'm coming for you, you son of a bitch!" Like, just tweeting out all the documents, which basically he says prove that he's going after the guy. Now, this is where it gets interesting because it was originally reported, I believe, let me just find the link for that. It was originally reported in the Daily Caller that there was no record of a police report, right? So Eichenwald got in touch with him and said, that's a lie. And then he showed him that he had indeed been in contact. So they wrote this update report. It's by Alex Pfeiffer over at the Daily Caller. And I'll just read you what it says. It says, Newsweek senior writer, Kurt Eichenwald filed a criminal complaint form with the Dallas Police Department Monday in relation to a tweet that allegedly caused the seizure. And then down it goes. Now, it says here that the Dallas Police Department spokesperson told the Daily Caller that the department still doesn't have a formal report, but the detectives are looking into the case. So there isn't a police report, and they may just dismiss it out of hand.
Because I'm thinking, I don't think it's illegal. Surely not. Is it?
What they're trying to say is that if you knowingly send a GIF that strobes, that can trigger seizures in people, if you know and you knowingly send it to an epileptic, you are liable if they have a seizure. So for me, you would need to, first of all, I mean, good luck obtaining this guy's personal info.
Yeah.
If you're on Twitter with the name Jew Goldstein, I'm just going to hazard a guess here, mate, that you haven't signed up using your real name or real email or anything traceable. Right? They're even referring to him as John Doe in the police reports. And he's used other accounts, Ari Goldstein. I think the guy might have something against Jews. Right, I'm just going to go out on a limb there.
Yeah, seems like it.
So given that he's adopting an anti-Semitic stance on the internet, which he knows if he tweets certain things, he can be charged with a hate crime, I think this individual might have protected himself. I don't think you're getting his personal information. So first of all, this will most likely be a massive waste of police resources. Second of all, you would then need to prove that the guy knew you had epilepsy, and indeed the right type of epilepsy to be triggered by a strobing GIF. Or GIF.
But at one point, is it just him not defending himself? If it, like, the option is there to stop this from happening. Like, you can stop this from occurring.
Yeah, and then I would also want to see proof of the seizure.
Yeah, exactly. How can you prove it even happened?
Yeah, right. So, did you go to hospital? Did you register a medical report? There's so much here, and unfortunately, this is going to occupy Kurt's time, and now what he's doing is he's really hamming up the whole victim element of it. And this is another reason why I just don't believe that it's genuine, because he made a fool of himself. A lot of people have now said quite openly, even liberal commentators, journalists, they're all like, yeah, he's just a loony. He needs to be filed. You can't take anything he says seriously anymore. He's unwell. He's deeply unwell. So look, on he goes, and it's like, how have so many people become sociopaths that they think it's okay to assault someone if they write political stories they don't like? Look how many Trump followers seem to think it's funny or deserve that someone used my disability as a weapon. What's wrong with them? Folks, if a blind man says things you don't like politically, it is not okay to direct him toward the edge of a cliff. Find some humanity. A request. Would self-identified Christians please stop telling me they wish I had died from my seizure last week? And then he starts showing this purple banner, My Purple Friends, which are an epilepsy awareness group. And he's just hamming it up. Just the rest of his Twitter feed now is just all about his seizure, which, again, I think is incredibly dubious. Says here, Jesus healed those with epilepsy in the Bible. Some Trump Christians make fun of them. Tonight they'll be in church praising Jesus. Think about that. And those people would still be more mentally stable than you, mate. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, and where's Newsweek in all of this? Where's his employers? If I was them, I'd be like, yeah, Kurt, mate, we want to be taken seriously as a news outlet, and you're really kind of fucking that up by acting so crazy all the time. Could we just dial it down?
Yeah, not even the cool writer crazy, like Bukowski or something, just the weird, lost his mind crazy.
Yeah, not like Bukowski just going mad, having an argument with his wife in an interview. Where have you seen that one? Where he goes mad and starts kicking his girlfriend.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that's classic banter. He's so drunk and wasted, and he starts going, baby, I'm going to get me a Jewish lawyer, and you're going to be out of here so fast, your ass going to be skinned. He's wrecked out of his mind, man. Have a look at it. It's fucking unreal. I'll find this, like, Bukowski wife argument. I can't remember. A long time ago I watched this, but yeah, there you go. Like, just watch him lose it. Just watch him lose it, right? It's just a minute. Just play this, mate. He fucking goes mental. It's embarrassing, like.
Where is it? I ain't got it, but where did you link it?
Oh, Skype, mate.
I ain't got shit.
Definitely have. It's below Kurt Eichenwald's grinning chops.
It's not there. Checking on the Google Doc.
Nothing's easy on this show, is it?
Skype just loves breaking all the time now.
Yeah, can't be asked. There you go. It's right at the bottom.
Sound. That worked.
So, there you go. Have a watch of this, mate.
Why are you so offended?
Why should I tolerate you?
Why are you so offended by me doing something else?
Because I live with a woman, or she lives with me. She doesn't live with other people.
I do live with other people, and I'm going to for the rest of my life.
I know. I'm going to turn you over to them. Don't you see?
No.
Oh, shit! You fucking cunt! You think you walk out on me every fucking night? You fucking whore! You bitch! Who do you think I am? I'm gonna do this, live with other people. You fucking shit!
Fuck you. Wait, there's another one, is it?
Yeah, he just lost it. Just lost it. Just fucking lost it, hasn't he? So there you go.
What's he on about that she's living with someone else?
I don't know. I think it was an open relationship. I mean, come on, let's be real. Bukowski was hardly a catch, wasn't he? You know what I mean? People only ever got with him because of his fucking writing ability. But whatever. So yeah, definitely not that kind of cool lunatic. You get out of here, you don't live with other people. Who do you think I am? Brilliant. Love it, mate. Wrecked out of his mind. So anyway, that's Eichenwald. Let's move on from him. He is fucked. He is so crazy. Like, it's just unfortunate. And, maybe, it's at the stage for me where I think there should be an intervention. But there you go. I mean, like, maybe that sounds dramatic, but whatever. So, talking to people who are mentally ill, Lena Dunham?
Of course, yeah.
All right, well, Lena Dunham, while you were away having a family emergency, she said something so fucking ridiculous on her podcast that I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. Even feminists rejected this as just being absolute gibberish. So Lena Dunham was on a podcast. She was talking about the abortion issue. And again, I'm all about, pro-choice. Like, I can't, I don't like the idea that, if you're on one side of the debate, you're completely wrong. But actually, I think the argument's fairly clear, and I don't hold this idea, this all life is sacred, even when it's like some tiny little fetus thing, pre-conscious. I can't get on board with you've got to have the baby. Like, there's too many people. Fuck it. Like, let's just all chill the fuck out on that issue. But anyway, Lena Dunham said that she's never had an abortion personally, but she wished she had.
Wait, what?
So,
has she got a kid?
Well, no, I don't think she means it like that, mate. I don't think she means it like how your mother says it to you. I should have got that abortion, Sam.
You know.
I think sound. Now back to my room.
Sound doing a show. Fuck off.
So, but she was saying like, she felt terrible that she didn't have an abortion story as a feminist. What? So she wished she'd just gone through it so she could have one.
What a fucking mom.
And the quote is, "Now I can say that I still haven't had an abortion, but I wish I had." Now, it just shows how fucking far removed these like radical lunatic feminists are from reality. Because you won't meet a woman who's gone through an abortion who thinks that's like, it's going to go in the treasured. Yeah, it goes in the treasured memories folder. You know what I mean? Like, Kurt Eichenwald gets his folder out, treasured memories. Oh, what do you got in there? Like, wedding day, birthday, first kid. Nah, abortion I had. It was fucking mint. Love that abortion.
Yeah.
No one's ever said it. Right?
Fucking sound.
Yeah, it was. Like, I loved it. Right? 'Cause there's all different kinds of abortion. There's ones where you take the fucking medicine and it plops out of you like a really heavy period. There's ones where they get in there with a fucking Hoover and literally suck it out your uterus. This is all legit, dude. And some, when it's a little bit later in the day, you have to have an actual surgical procedure. So there's all different kinds of fucking abortion, none of which are pleasant. And there's obviously a level of guilt attached to it. Like, the whole thing's fucking not good, right? Think about the situation you have to be in as well, where you're pregnant and you have to go to the doctor, you have to get signed off, you have to have a doctor basically approve that your right to an abortion. It's very cold.
And everyone give you shit about your decision after you make it. Yeah,
there's a stigma attached to it, So I understand like normalizing abortion's a good thing, because obviously, if it's somebody's choice. In fact, there used to be an abortion clinic not far from where I lived in Birmingham, and you used to see fucking dickheads just picketing out there with the signs. Like, just think about the mentality of that. Like, if you hold the opinion that abortion's wrong, great. Don't get in the face of someone that's either coming from or going to have an abortion with a fucking sign. Someone who's already emotionally vulnerable, and you're like getting all up in their grill, about how the fetus's life matters more than her. Like, it's so disgusting. So yeah, I used to regularly fucking, whenever we drove past them, call them cunts or whatever. But anyway, so you will not find a woman who's like, yeah, fucking, thanks, yeah, you're right, fucking, that abortion was great. I wish you could have had an abortion as well, Lena Dunham. Abortions for everyone. Let's all have an abortion. In fact, it's so ridiculous. One of the original lines from Fight Club, when Marla and Tyler are fucking, right? Yeah. You've seen Fight Club, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Well, when Tyler Durden and Marla are fucking, there's this bit where he's like, he wakes up in the morning, he's talking to Ed Norton, he's scratching his dick, and he goes, and the shit that comes out of her mouth. And then it cuts to a flashback of her rolling over smoking, going, I haven't been fucked like that since grade school. Right? Well, the original line in the script was, Tyler, I want to have your abortion. And they cut that out because they thought it was too ridiculous.
Just too
that
edgy.
No woman would say that. So that's how fucking mental it is that Lena Dunham's come out and said that. That line was too crazy for Fight Club. A film about being crazy.
And having two minds and fighting yourself.
Yeah.
The Kirk Achenwald story. He's going to start just beating himself on a TV show and soon, mate. He's going to jump off one side of frame, come back in different clothes, jump off on the other side of frame.
It surprised me. It would have been slightly less bonkers.
Yeah, it would have been more impressive, definitely.
So Lena Dunham. I wish I had an abortion. Fucking unbelievable. The voice of modern feminism. All right. Speaking of feminism, hang on, let me get into this bit. Where was it? I suppose we can talk about the BBC. This triggered me for no fucking reason. Like, this shouldn't have bothered me, mate. Right? But obviously, they've been doing that 100 women 2016, like looking at stuff.
That's a fucking gold mine, yeah.
Yeah, it is a gold mine, you're right. And they did, obviously, that was where they did that esports thing and, misquoted the women and then refused to release the undoctored tapes of the interview. Basically, putting those women in a position where they're going to get harassed by people who think they've said things they haven't. How very empowering and liberating for the women involved, BBC. Thank you very much. So here you go, right? And this is Researching the Female Orgasm by Phoebe Keane, 2nd of December, 2016. Says here, you may be used to hearing about the female orgasm from women's magazines rather than scientists, but researchers are slowly beginning to study it and often contradicting the advice column. Right? Part of the problem, they say, is that the female body has been studied far less than the male body and is far less well understood. Right. Can I just... It fucking ain't. It inarguably isn't. It inarguably isn't. Right? Type women orgasm study into Google. Right? And just see what fucking comes up. So the idea that, we're only just studying the female orgasm. When I was growing up as a kid in the 80s, that's all people were fucking banging on about on TV. I think there was a book, what was it called? Was it a fucking female eunuch or something famous? Anyway, all this talk about female orgasm, blah, blah, blah. So it was very much at the forefront of people's thinking. People believed it was down to the G-spot. Some people disputed that. But, as a kid, I was just picking up all of this noise. I mean, I don't even know what a fucking orgasm is. But I knew what the fucking, that women were supposed to have them. And there was a scientific premise behind it. So let's just have a look in the last few years. Studies, 2010. Female Sexual Arousal, Genital Anatomy, and Orgasm and Intercourse by Kim Wallen, PhD, and Elizabeth A. Lloyd, PhD. And there's a study. There's a complete study about it. 2011. I just picked one for, per year. Understanding Orgasm. Scientists are uncovering evolutionary roots and the modern function of the female orgasm and its fake counterpart. This was by Sadie F. Dingfelder. That's a great name if you're researching orgasms, isn't it? Ooh, felled my ding. Maybe ding my feld.
Ding feeler.
Right? Yeah, dingle feeler. In 2014, there was a fucking study about who gets the best orgasms and how often, and lesbians are winning by a country mile. There's loads of these. There's fucking a ton of these. And what really annoys me is, just last year, the BBC themselves started talking about the fucking female orgasm. And they cite a bunch of studies in this article they wrote in 2015. It's unreal. They even, by the way, go back and point out that in the 16th century, right, a guy called Rialdo Colombo, what a fucking boss this guy is, right? He called the clitoris as the seat of a woman's delight and figured out that female orgasm was somehow linked to the clitoris. So we've only been talking about it since the fucking 16th century, like. No big deal. What the fuck is this shit? The BBC do it. And then you're like, well, okay, maybe she just meant this year, right? Maybe she just meant this year. Wrong. 2016, 31st of July, The Evolutionary Origin of Female Orgasm, a study by Mihaela Pavlichev and Gunther Wagner. So there's like at least a handful of studies about the female orgasm pretty much every year. Like, well, why are you trying to make out that no one's researching it? It's fucking garbage, BBC. They are literally like just some sort of feminist activist publication right now. It's bonkers. Absolutely fucking bonkers. And the facts just don't align with what they're saying. As per usual, as we can expect from the fucking mainstream media. Interestingly enough, I thought this was a good follow-on. The College Fix, I love that. Right? Student reporters talking about the madness of student life in the West. So this university, Clark University, had a policy about sexual coercion. which they classify as a type of sexual assault. And I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
Examples of coercive statements include, if you love me, you would have sex with me. If you don't have sex with me, I will find someone who will. And I'm not sure I can be with someone who doesn't want to have sex with me. Coercive statements are often part of many campus acquaintance rapes. Being coerced into having sex or performing sexual acts is not consenting and is considered rape. So if I say to you, Sam, if you loved me, mate,
You'd bomb me right now.
yeah, you would bend me over and give me a good hard saying too. I've raped you, mate.
The last one's the most ridiculous. The last one's just like, I'm not sure if I can be with someone who doesn't want to have sex with me. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, that's just
There's nothing wrong with that.
I just need to get laid.
Been together 3 years now, I'm not sure I can be with someone who doesn't want to have sex with me. I know I'm fat and hanging, but fucking hell. Let me go turn gay or something. Let me do someone.
Let me have a piece.
Richard's offering now.
Like, this is what constitutes rape these days. They wonder why people don't take any of this shit seriously anymore. Because, again, imagine you're a rape victim. Imagine you have been raped. Right? One of the worst things that can happen to you. And this doesn't align with your experience whatsoever. But you're going to get people who said, some guy tried to pressure me into sex, straight raped me, didn't he? Nah. Nah, definitely didn't. I'm a rape victim. I'm qualified to speak about what rape actually is, and it's not that. Yeah, victims. We want to reclassify everything so we can fucking be victims too. We worship your victimhood so much that we want to share in it, while simultaneously admitting that it is a terrible thing that can happen to you. We have a perverse inner voice that tells us we want to share in it. Because being a victim is the most important thing you can be in this fucked up schism of culture. And I'll tell you this, and I want this on record. It's got very little to do with, well, a little bit to do with what we're talking about right now. But, you know, like, right, mental illnesses are a product of environment in most cases, I think. And you know, yeah, okay, there's some physiological factors, but, you know, I think they're a product of environment. And I honestly believe there is a group of mental illnesses that haven't been diagnosed or discovered that are a direct result of the internet, that are a direct result of this, you know, social media culture, where you have instant access to everything and everyone. And reality TV is another thing. And I think all of these things combined have created a new wave of mental illnesses. Yeah, and I think social justice is not I don't think it's an ideology. I honestly think it's one of these as yet undiagnosed mental illnesses. Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the same things. I've always thought about the same thing as well. Like, it seems like the internet has breeded like a new kind of
lunatic.
I don't know. Yeah, almost.
Yeah. And yeah, it's madness. You know, I remember there was an analogy by Terence McKenna, I think it was. It might have been related in his book Food of the Gods. I'm not too sure. It's been a long time since I read any Terence McKenna. But I'm pretty sure he made an analogy where he compared television to being like the lead pipes in ancient Rome that had the water running through it and slowly drove everyone mad. And, you know, and I think that's what's happening here with social media, with all of this stuff. I think there is a brand of mental illness that people haven't diagnosed yet. But I think in like 5 years, I think somebody's going to come out and go, yeah, actually, too much fucking internet can be a bad thing. You know, if you expose yourself to a certain type of, you know, a certain type of internet, a certain brand, a certain, you know, and certainly college just seems to be, you know, modern colleges just seem to be like the epicenter of this fucking delusion, of this illness, because you're surrounded by people that all have the same illness and they all positively reinforce that mental illness.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you first go to college, the way everyone bonds now is through social media. So if everyone's first impression is your social media, then you always have to put yourself in the right clique. Otherwise, because
that's why people are putting their fucking pronouns in there. I don't give a fuck about your pronouns. Now, here's the thing: people say, "Oh, if you don't want to use pronouns, you're transphobic or you're against gay people." Absolutely not. Here's what I will tell you, and I know a lot of trans people. No true trans person wants a neutral or different pronoun. What the majority of them want is to transition from one gender to the other and be fully recognized as that gender that they have transitioned to. So if it was, say, for example, a male to female, they will consider being called she, almost like, job done. I pass. So why the fuck do we want to invent stuff that makes people an other, an it? That's grotesque. I've literally never, and I know a lot of trans people, I've never met a trans person who said to me, yeah, I'd just love to be called Z. No, dude, like that's not what these people want at all. These are what you call the trans trenders and the people that are just looking again to worship this victimhood. I would never use, like, if you come up to me like tomorrow and said, "Oh, Rich, just gone to college, yeah, and I've had a big discovery and a big awakening, and I now want you to refer to me as, be
easy for me, Samantha."
And true, other kin. I'm another kin, and I want instead of he, you use fee and fem. I'll be like, Sam, you're fucked, mate. You pick one, be a he or a she. That's it. This idea that gender isn't binary is ludicrous. It's not backed by science. It's an anti-scientific movement by its definition. So I'm happy to call a male or female transgender person a she. If you come to me with a list of other fucking pronouns, get the fuck out of my face. That's nonsense. You can't deconstruct language just to suit you. And that's what I mean. I link that back to it is a form of mental illness that just as yet hasn't been diagnosed. We'll get there. I'm seeing the pushback. I'm seeing the changes. And honestly, it's a relatively small but loud group that want all these like special, rights and privileges and to invent non-existent words to apply to them and only them. And this is the issue. As Jordan B. Peterson has said, once you start saying, oh, yeah, okay, well, you can have Z and Z and Fee and Fur. Well, what happens next? Me, Mer, and then, well, I identify as a dwarf from Lord of the Rings. So I need this. Once you open the door to absurdity, people will push absurdity to its limit. And you might agree to have Z or Z. You might think a completely neutral pronoun is a good thing to apply to some people, but you might not agree with someone who fucking sexually identifies as a fucking dwarf from Lord of the Rings. You might think that's ridiculous and making a mockery of the thing you believe in. Guess what? You'll have to go along with it now. Because you've nailed your colours to that mast, haven't you? You said it's all right. Why is it all right for one and not the other? Once you get into that spectrum, it never ends. There's just infinite subdivisions. That's why you've just got to put your foot down right at the point of absurdity and say, nah, big nah, and just move on. Just move on with your life. So mental illness, Sam. As of yet, undiagnosed mental illnesses. Let me introduce you to the mainstream media. I'm guessing you've come across it at various points in your life. Yeah, the MSM, as they call it, which I always think of Microsoft Messenger.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, good. But anyway, Slate. So that's this. And this is mind blowing. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong link.
Sorry, I got it. I'm here.
All right, good. So Dylan Roof, that white kid who was racist and he went and shot up a black church and killed a bunch of people.
Yep.
Well, he had his sentence handed down, and obviously, off you go for life. Bye bye. And good riddance to bad fucking rubbish. So this writer, Jamel Bowie, over at Slate, compares Donald Trump. This is how ridiculous it is. This is mental illness. He compares Donald Trump, president-elect, to a young man who shot and killed a bunch of black people. And the article is called Brothers in White Resentment. Brothers in White Resentment. And when I saw this article, I nearly threw. I was reading a laptop. I remember it quite well. We were filming E-League. I was backstage in the green room. I was doing my usual surfing the internet, finding something to read, and I stumbled across this on my timeline on Twitter. And I nearly threw my laptop against the wall because this is the most this is the lunacy. They take quotes of Dylan Roof. They take quotes from the manifesto he posted, which was just the usual mentally ill nonsense, copy pasted from the internet and certain white power forums. And you can see here that he's against integration, right? And he then juxtaposes Donald Trump's quotes, which are nothing like Dylan Roof's.
Yeah, I was just reading the first one. I thought they'd at least try and make it work. Those are just completely different things.
Yeah, just completely different things. Right? So, and just compare them. And on he goes. And then he talks about, Breitbart. These, again, the check boxes that you've got to work through. Breitbart in there. Stephen Bannon talking about how it's a racist publication. And they, push this narrative, push all these like racist narratives. Completely not true. And look, again, literally, here you go. This is he links to a BuzzFeed article. So you can bring this up. Just have a look. Have a look at this. So this is the best they could do to try and make it look like Steve Bannon was racist. How Muslim migrants devastate a community. Right? So nothing racist about that. I think we can all agree. Bill Kristol, Republican spoiler, renegade Jew. This is one of the headlines that gets quoted all of the time to prove that Bannon is an anti-Semite. Whereas, as I said, Breitbart has offices in Israel and reports on Jewish interest stories, has a large percentage of Jewish employees, had a Jewish editor-at-large in the form of Ben Shapiro. Absolutely no evidence whatsoever to substantiate that it's an anti-Semitic publication. And, they call Bill Kristol a renegade Jew for opposing Trump, which is a bit ridiculous, I suppose, but certainly
that's just two words put together.
It's not anti-Semitic.
It's if it was changed like, I don't know, renegade man. That's really... They
then also talk about, sexual harassment, lawsuits. There's a tag on the. They also use the fact that there's a tag for black crime, which was introduced to the website as a counterpoint to the Black Lives Matter movement, as evidence of racism. So it's ridiculous. Again, on and on and on it goes. There's no evidence to back any of this up. So Trump has appointed a guy who is provably not a racist. There's never been any evidence presented that Steve Bannon has said anything racist. The only thing they've got is anti-Semitism based on the testimony of his ex-wife in a divorce proceedings where he said he didn't want his kid to go to a school because there was too many Jews. That's it. That's the smoking gun. An angry ex-wife in a divorce proceeding said he said something. I mean, that's as flimsy as it gets. I'd be ashamed as a journalist to publish an accusation with that as the proof, the hard evidence, But on it goes. And the whole article is absolute nonsense. I'll just read you. What was the bit that really fucking blew my mind? I think it's down here. Here you go. Roof's crime is so monstrous that it may rankle to put him on the same continuum as Trump. It definitely does. Because Roof committed an actual hate crime and killed black people because they were black. As far as I'm aware, and I'm guessing I might have seen this in the papers, I don't think Donald Trump has shot and killed any black people, has he, Sam?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
But I'm being told as soon as he gets president, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Once he's there, like, right, give me that gun.
Yeah, when it comes January.
Surprise, I was Hitler all along. Brilliant. Right? But to see both with clear eyes is to see the link between demonization and aggression, between Trump's rhetoric simmering with menace and the wave of harassment, intimidation, and outright violence that followed his victory. It's to see both Donald Trump and Dylan Roof as heralds of the darkest forces in American life, to see their common heritage in a rising tide of white identity and white nationalism. Have you ever heard anything as despicably stupid as that? It's unbelievable. Unfucking believable. So, let's check out. Let's move on to this. This is a great leap. So let's go to the star.com. Laurier graduate students group shuts down cafe over slave joke in job advertisement. So Veritas cafe operator Sander Dosman says he and 11 other employees lost their jobs after a tongue-in-cheek advertisement was posted. I'm still in shock, he says. So he placed an advertisement for a new employee. They wanted a new person. And in the ad, what they said was they wanted a new slave, parentheses, full-time staff member to boss, parentheses, mentor around Veritas Cafe. The ad was clearly intended as to be humorous, with jokes about man buns, tattoos, and food safety, because we try not to kill our customers. So he's made a joke. And last time I checked, the word slave, it's not racially loaded, isn't it? Like other types of people can be slaves, not just black people.
Yeah, obviously.
Right? It comes from the word Slavic. That's where its root comes from. So the original terminology of the word has nothing to do with black people. But anyway, the university basically terminated the contract over this joke after students complained. And no debate, by the way. He'd been there for 4.5 years running this cafe for students, and the university turned around and just said, "You are done. That's it. Out of a job. Fuck yourself." For using the word slave. That is it. That is the great crime here. He didn't even get an opportunity to apologize, retract it, nothing like that. Just, yeah, you're fired. You've said the word slave. The word slave's racist now. We didn't tell you about it. We kept that a secret because we were just waiting for someone to trip up and use a non-racial word, and use it so we could tell them it was racist. And you were the first guy, so.
Yeah, we haven't cost anyone their job in a while, so we're getting a bit antsy. So we're just going to jump on this one, actually. And
check out this statement from the university. They said, given the importance that Laurier places on being an inclusive, welcoming, and respectful community, it supports the decision to close down the cafe. The university appreciates the challenges of dealing with confidential personnel and contract matters, and we support the GSA, that was the group that made the decision, in its efforts to reopen the cafe and rehire the affected employees. So maybe some people might get their jobs back, but certainly the guy who runs it, he's fucked. And no severance, no nothing. So just literally, he now is living in his house, can't pay the bills. He's got all of the equipment and stuff that he used in the cafe just in his living room. It's just over. So, and so 12 people completely fucked because he said, hey, we want to boss somebody around like a slave.
I like that term from the ethics professor as well, where he says they're terminally thin-skinned. It's a good term.
It's true. It's true. It really is true. And I say it's just absurd. It's so absurd that the word slave would get you fired. I'm trying to process a world where that's okay. Where that's
Doesn't everyone use that word? Like, I remember whenever I asked my mother or something when I was young, like, what did last slave die of? Isn't that like a common thing? Like, oh,
yeah. What did
I
your
know
last
you
slave die of? What did your last slave die of? I've been slaving over a hot stove. Is it racist? Must be. So ridiculous. So let's move on to. I mean, this is just another example of mainstream media being ludicrous. I literally, again, right? Like, let's imagine you write for GQ. Let's imagine, you're like a political correspondent for a magazine that really is about fashion and lifestyle and entertainment, but you're the political correspondent. So what could you?
What is this?
What could you possibly do to conflate politics and entertainment? So what he's done is he's combined his two interests here. This was based around the announcement that maybe Friends might be coming back. There might be a reunion. So the headline, the title of this opinion piece is Friends responsible for ISIS?
No. Let's move on.
Yeah.
No.
Imagine how like, obviously he's trying to make this into a joke. And you can see he talks a lot about, the rise of ISIS Daesh. So he talks a little bit about that, talks about millennials, talks about, how Friends reflects American society as like, happy and cheerful, and white friends all sitting together. And because of this representation, it made people abroad very resentful, gave people unrealistic expectations about what life in America should be. And basically, as a result, helped kind of potentially fuel radical Islamist terrorism. But just right at the end, just at the last paragraph. So the West sat on the sofa and binge-watched comedy while terrorists plotted to develop the means to kill them and start the Islamic caliphate. Our decadent Western culture of overindulgence, morality loss, and lack of religious observance means that many people pay more attention to the Friends reunion than the Muslims and non-Muslims being killed around the world by terrorist groups. No aspect of our culture, even a television show, however tepid or offensive, could justify acts of terrorism. To do so would, in the words of Pat McFadden, infantilize terrorists. You'll be unsurprised to learn we don't really think that Friends is responsible for the rise of Islamic State, but we're not that excited for the reunion. What the fuck was all that about?
I don't even know.
What have you done with your time?
He's just got
mate?
nothing else to write, does he?
Yeah,
He's
that is like
got to
literally
turn in something.
You may as well go to your editor and be like, I can't turn in my article today. Well, I'm out of shit. I'm literally out of shit. There's nothing left in my brain.
I've scored my ring piece, and there is no shit to be found.
There's just nothing. I'm out of shit. I'm done. I'm literally done. Just here, look. This is my resignation letter. I'm out. Well, no. Well, wait there, Rupert, mate. What were you going to write? You don't even want to know. It's so mad that my brain's come up with this that you'll probably fire me for suggesting it. Well, look, we've still got that deadline. We need something for tomorrow. So what have you got, Rupert? I was going to write a sort of half-joking piece about Friends being responsible for the rise of ISIS. And the editor sat there and gone, file it. File it. We'll run that over at GQ. Rupert's going, nah, mate. Nah.
Don't make me write there.
No, I was just, please fire me. Like, this is an absurd suggestion. No.
Even that picture is saying "kill me," but the picture of him
yeah,
is like, "Please, kill me,
put me down before I write more things." You know what? How do you
save me from myself?
What's this around? What's coming next week? You know.
On next week's episode, did Tweenies cause the Holocaust?
Yeah, exactly. Right? Is Game of Thrones really about white supremacy?
That doesn't even sound ridiculous.
Is.
That's probably actually coming.
Yeah, that's coming. That's coming next week. You can't believe it, man. He's got paid to write that shit. This will blow your mind as well, by the way. over at Breitbart, one of my old colleagues linked me to this and said, like, just lol, like a big lol. So I had a look, and this, okay, so there's a Muslim lady on the British Bake Off currently. For those that don't follow the Great British Bake Off, the Great British Bake Off is a bunch of people come together and cook things, and one by one they're voted out. Yeah, if their souffles don't rise or their bread's a bit doughy or whatever, and that's it, right? That's pretty much the premise of the show. And I think Paul Hollywood is still on it, but he used to have a little old lady. Is it Mary Berry?
Something like that, yeah. And then they
Yeah.
Channel 4 bought it out from the BBC, and then they were livid, and some people stayed, some people left.
So yeah, whatever. Fuck all that, right? The bottom line is, like, you know, the premise is that you've got this nice little old lady who always finds something good to say about your shit cooking, and then you got Paul Hollywood, who is the bad boy of baking,
He's like
right?
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah,
Sure.
but with none of the charisma, talent, or intelligence.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's basically just a fat, reamed out Gordon Ramsay, right? Just straight telling you, like, your bread shit, mate.
Oh, you this
What?
bread.
And isn't he a Scouser as well? Isn't he Scout?
I don't know.
He's got to wear that. I'm pretty sure your fucking bread hasn't.
Yeah, I think he's Northern.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so he just your bread hasn't risen. It's shite. Sound right, good
Fuck
times.
am I supposed to do with this? Wipe my ass with it.
May as well. So anyway, so that's the Great British Bake Off in a nutshell. That's what you're missing. That's that is literally one of the biggest TV shows.
Yeah, that's what we've got. That's what we've got to give.
Like, that's what replaced Top Gear.
What have you
Like,
got? Rick and Morty. All right.
Oh,
yeah, we've
so
got Bake Off.
back in the day, the British used to make great contributions to society. What are you doing these days? Great British Bake Off and Top Gear? Sound. You're over now. You're over as a civilization. Bye. You've lost it all.
Oh, Top Gear, I remember. That was pretty good. No, it's shit now, mate. We tried to bring that
Shit
guy
now.
from Friends in.
Yeah, we had that guy from Friends in, and all it's done is it's just made us, fuel ISIS. So we
Yeah.
didn't even want to do that. But they take one look at Matt LeBlanc's fucking retarded face, and before you know it,
imagine someone from
making
Dish
bombs.
squeeze, like, looking at the TV. I'll get you one day, Matt LeBlanc.
Why is Joey so lucky?
Why is he happy? Why must he be so good looking?
Yeah, I love the fact we do the same terrorist voice. Definitely.
I think I've just been trained by, like, cartoons when I was younger. I think that's the default.
Oh, that's the other thing as well. Do you remember Monkey Dust?
Monkey
You ever watched that?
Dust? No.
Monkey Dust. It was an animated series. It was fucking brilliant. You couldn't get it made now, right? It ran 3 series. And it had a cartoon. It was like a bunch of cartoon comedy sketches. And it had one set in Birmingham. And it was about, like, just some regular guys who lived in Birmingham their whole life. And they'd been radicalized. So this predates even,
Sounds an awful lot like the Four Lions.
Yeah, it predates that. It predates.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so it's before that. The thing is, the mother doesn't know they're being radicalized. So they'll be like planning to blow up a fucking Boots or something. And then the mother will walk in and say, come on now, come and get your turkey, Bernard Matthews turkey drummers for dinner. And they'll be like, busting. They fucking love it, So it's honestly, it's really fucking funny. Definitely check that out. Anyway, whatever. So I got linked to this. And obviously there's this lady on the Great British Bake Off. And a guy on a train, according to Nadia Yamir Hussein, said she was sat on a train, and a guy wouldn't sit next to her, and she said, like, why don't you want to sit down? And he said, I ain't sitting near a Muslim. Right? So she put a tweet out about it, and I mean, again, let's assume.
Yeah, assuming it happened.
Assumed it happened. I'm going to give. She's on the Great British Bake Off, which is the only.
She makes a mean bread.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I will give it to her.
Yeah, her spotted dick is out of this world, mate. So that's a type of pudding, if you don't know. Right? A man refused to sit next to me on the train today. I ain't sitting near a Muslim, he said. His ignorance is his own ruin. Now, the British Transport Police contacted her on Twitter and said, this behaviour is unacceptable. Please get in touch with more details. So they are going to investigate. Somebody said, yeah, I'd rather not sit next to a Muslim. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, obviously dumb. Like,
Yeah,
I think he's stupid, but I don't think we should be taking people's rights away from where to choose to sit.
Yeah, is that a crime now? It's like, when I'm on a plane, Sam, I wouldn't want to sit next to you.
We were talking about this pre-show.
There you go, man. You and Hotted. If you two were there, right? I love you both dearly. I don't know if I want to sit in the middle. I'm a big guy myself. I might say, "Here, look, I don't want to fucking sit next to him." Are you gonna
like sitting next to fat Welsh messes?
Yeah. Are you gonna tweet out, right?
His ignorance is his own ruin.
Yeah, Richard Lewis refused to sit next to me, smelling of ball sweat. I'm not saying you do. Just threw that in. Just threw that in for an extra spicy detail. You're not going to tweet that out and then go, well, his ignorance is his own ruin. Actually, Sam, I'm fucking loving all
I'm loving in this.
I'm loving all this, mate. This is fucking brilliant, mate. So, yeah, like, would the British Transport Police get in touch with you and be like, yep, tell us more about this? We've been
That's
watching
unacceptable. He wasn't willing to rub thighs. Please give us a call.
Yeah, I don't want to go thigh to thigh with Sam. Don't want to go thigh.
Drake's next diss track, isn't it? Going thigh to thigh.
It's absurd. It's absurd. So anyway, let's have a look at this. New York Times. What a fucking loaded headline this is. They've changed it.
Oh, what?
Oh, well, here you go. You can see the difference, right? So the headline: esports sees profit in attracting female gamers.
That's not what it was it now?
That's
New
not
York
what it was.
Times. That's not what it was.
Yeah. What does it say? Because obviously they can't edit the URL. Video game makers tried to get better at luring women to esports. Luring. What the? Come, my pretty. What the fuck is this like?
You like to play games? We have games.
Let us lure you in. Come into this dark, shadowy alcove. Nothing will harm you here. What the fuck is that? Is that literally what we're doing in esports now? Let me just get the archive actually, because there'll be an archive, just so you can see the actual writing on the headline rather than just the URL. So let me. But it's unbelievable, isn't it? Like, why would you frame it like that? Why? Why did no one archive this?
Hang on, I might be able to get out the Google cache now.
Let's have a look.
Hang on. $404. Oh no.
Uh-oh. They've covered their tracks. Apart from the fucking URL. They nearly did it. They nearly perfectly got away with it, mate.
Oh, I got it.
Oh,
wait.
No. It's not really that important.
There we go. I got it. Here we go. It's an archive link. I thought you already checked the archive. I just checked this one.
Oh, I see. I never look at web archive. It's garbage.
There you go, mate.
There it is.
Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, sometimes it's not. So there you have it. Better at luring women into esports. I don't even understand.
Yeah, they're trying to lure more people in general to esports is the idea, mate. Maybe, I don't know if you noticed, they start putting on TV and shit. Like, kind of want more people to get involved.
It's just insane that they've chose to run this story. They also, again, this whole debate about women in esports is just reaching like cataclysmic levels of stupidity. I'm sad because I didn't want esports to get politicized. I think when it gets as politicized as gaming did, I'm out. I'm done with it. I've already sent a letter of resignation to that board that I was on.
Oh yeah, I saw you had a couple of buttes on it, mate.
I didn't tell you this, did I? So obviously I was on that board, right, for UK esports, and they want to try and talk it out with me, but there's just no way, because we've got somebody on the board who straight away said honoured to be on the board, but needs more diversity. And it's like the implication there is that there's people on the board that are holding back others that aren't there on merit, and in actual fact preventing women and people of color, whatever the fuck the term they use this week, getting into those positions, which, as I understand it, isn't true. And certainly, I know from my own experiences that I've done loads to, fucking help people out. If I ever needed to fucking play that card and say to people like, hey, go tell them about all the good things I did, I could. But it's just so gauche. It's just so fucking pathetic to have to do it. I'm a big believer in talent and hard work gets you places. And it can be any combination of the two. It can be all hard work. It can be all talent. Sometimes, it just, whatever the formula is, it just works. But if you've got one or the other in abundance and you're willing to apply just a little bit, you'll do all right. But so when I saw those comments made publicly, of course, not even like just privately to the board or whatever, I was just like, you know what? If this is going to be a political fucking nightmare, I'm not interested in it. That's not what I wanted to offer my experience for. So there you go. You can have the spot and give it to someone more diverse. Tick that box.
What's that? Meritocracy? Nah, not you, mate. Not here.
So I'm out. But honestly, it's getting that way, and it's just fucking dull. It's just fucking dull. And they can't even write about it properly. Luring women. What, like it's a trap? We don't really want them here? What happens when they get into it? Yep. Just over there is your brand new desktop computer, access to a team and a salary. Oh, brilliant. Esports isn't all that bad. And they sit down, and then a cage just drops down like the fucking kid snatcher from fucking Bang Bang. Lollipops. We've got the fucking women now. We got them. We lured them in. The word lure. It's such a loaded word. That isn't what's going on at all. It's so fucking pathetic. Honestly, every time.
The only people who are like relatively taking advantage of the women in esports are the mainstream media. Those are the only people I see treating them any different.
It's so ridiculous, though. It's like the idea, right, that like what we're secretly trying to do is there's some like end game. It's not about that. It's just not about that at all. Like, I've never seen anything that makes me think esports and gaming is like a more unwelcome environment than like other subcultures. I haven't seen that. Quite the opposite. We've had people of all different backgrounds be welcomed and championed and get to the top of the food chain in their respective fields. It's just gibberish. And yes, you're going to get online harassment, inverted commas. That just comes with the internet. We were never going to be removed from that. It was always going to happen. The only people that keep banging on about this shit doesn't be the mainstream media. And I'm so sick and tired of when anybody who cooperates with the mainstream media to run these types of stories and then goes, oh, wait, that isn't what I intended. When are you going to get it into your head? That's what they do. They know we're big right now. They're coming in and they're going to interview you, ask you loaded questions. And then they're going to take those quotes and use them out of context. And then you're going to be like, but I didn't say that. And they're going to be, yeah, well, you kind of did. Never mind. Release the tape. No, not going to do that. Bye. And you've just, once again, generated a negative fucking headline for this industry. People have got to stop talking to the New York Times. Your little 15 minutes of fame is pathetic. It's a little it's so infantile to want that. Oh, I'll get my name in a mainstream newspaper. Fuck off. At what cost? And the people are left scratching their heads like, oh, we've only gone and got bloody fucked over by the mainstream media again. If you cooperate with the mainstream media again, you are asking to be fucked over. That's what they do. They don't care about this industry. They are trying to prop up their own because it is dying. And they will step on anyone and anything, no matter how important it is to you personally, to achieve that end. To drag out their dying fucking media platform for just an extra year, just one more year of salary. Just desperately trying to cling on to something that is outmoded. So honestly, I've got no respect for anyone. BBC have asked me for interviews. Won't do them. I get media requests all the time. When I get a media request, I take a look at the publication's history and what they've done, and I respond accordingly. If they've got a history of saying gamers are fucking school shooters, promoting this nonsense about gaming addiction or gaming being harmful when actual science says to the contrary, If they peddle that bullshit, I will not cooperate with them. You are not welcome in my space at all. And I will actively go and tell people why you're not welcome in my space. Go back to writing hit pieces on innocent conservatives or however you want to spend your fucking time. Do not come into esports. I do not want to see you here. You are liars and thieves. Fuck off. I think that's made my views pretty clear on how I feel about that. Now, with that said, did you know that Tracer was a lesbian?
Yeah, I did actually. Well, I didn't, but now I do. After watching all the shit unfold, yeah.
So, Tracer's a lesbian. Now, look, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here, mate. I don't give a fuck what sexuality fictitious characters are. I don't give a fuck what sexuality real humans are. I don't care. I'm an evolved human being. I do not care about this. It's not important to me. So, Overwatch, you know, have written this comic book saying Tracer's a lesbian. You see her kissing a girl in it. Oh, wow. Brilliant. Like, it's just such a non-issue. Like we're going to look back in fucking human history and be, well, do you remember what the final blow to stop oppression of gay people was worldwide? You know, was it the approval of same-sex marriage in all American states? Was it the removal of legislature that prevented gays from working in positions of power or authority over children? Nah, it was Blizzard writing a comic, mate. It was Blizzard. That was when we all realized, when we saw Tracer neck on with her girlfriend, that was when we realized, oh, we're all the bloody same, aren't we? We're all the bloody same. Why? Why have we been living this way for so long? Why? Thank you, Blizzard, for opening my eyes. No, that's not going to happen. So, as I said, I don't care what backstory you put in. You know, fuck it, mate. Let's get a hermaphrodite in there. Let's go fucking crazy. You know, let's get a hermaphrodite with multiple personality disorder who is their own partner. Yeah, let's get fucking creative. I just don't give a shit.
Sounds like a good hero idea, mate.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? That's not bad.
I haven't seen that before on a mobile, and that's hard to do.
Just made that up now. Right? So, anyway, it's just not a big deal. And it got banned in Russia, obviously. Like, Russians are a bit sensitive about having gay stuff around children because they think that's how gays recruit. It's so no, they do. That's what
I just think some sort of army, like.
Yeah, that's what they think they do, mate. They think, right, because gays can't breed. Right?
We're going to die out here, lads. We need to recruit.
Exactly. That's honestly, I'm not kidding. They believe that. So they don't like to have gay stuff around kids because they think it'll be like, you know, you're just a kid and you just sat there and you'll be like, you know, I'm going to play with my Legos and I'm going to read this book about a dog chasing a ball and I'm gay. You know, because like...
It's like from the Simpsons movie, Ralph. I like boys now.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen, does it? It just doesn't work like that. Sexuality just doesn't work like that at all. So they don't like it. And they think that, you know, if, for example, if you were a gay teacher, you would be like, right, we'll just make sure that the guard is gone. I mean, look at life in Russia. Like,
make sure the armed guard is left.
Make sure the armed guard's left. And right. So anyway, we're all going to be gay, okay? If you all join the gay club, it's going to be fucking great. You know, you get to take ecstasy and you get to have sex with big men with beards if you like that kind of thing. They're called bears. You're all twinks at the moment. Yeah, like it just doesn't. That's never happened in the history of anything, right? Ever. So Russia banned it, and then a bunch of people got upset saying that, well, Blizzard, by complying with Russian law, is wrong now. So they try to do something with noble intention, have a LGBT representative in their game, which I think, you know, big whoopty fucking do. Like I don't get why it's a big deal to anybody, but
they're just ticking a box really at some
point. Yeah. Well, whatever, right? Like as I said, I don't care about that. But then people were saying, oh, by complying with Russian law, you're now betraying that intent, which isn't true. You just comply with Russian law, don't you?
It's called the law, dog.
It's law. Right? You got to respect other countries' laws, as ridiculous as they might be. So yeah, just completely ridiculous. But then, just when you thought it couldn't get more ridiculous, Jonathan McIntosh and Brianna Wu, two of my favorite mentalists. They turned around and now accused Overwatch and Blizzard. This is why I keep saying to you guys, you will never please them. When you try and please them, you must realize you will never please them. There will never be enough. You will always have done it wrong. Blizzard HQ, why don't we come out and, normalize lesbian relationships by having a lesbian character? Great idea. That will certainly show that we are progressive and forward-thinking as a company. And you know what? Why not? What's the big deal? So they do it. And then they're like, right, there is no way Jonathan McIntosh and Brianna Wu could take issue with this. We've done a good thing here, folks. And Jonathan McIntosh, straight on Twitter. Blizzard, maybe don't make your first openly lesbian character in Overwatch be one that's specifically designed for the male gaze.
It's not, though, is it? It's designed to be played in a game.
Blizzard is trying to provide character diversity without alienating their straight male fan base. They want their cake and to eat it too. Well, listen, attractive is just attractive, dude. I know that a lot of people in your gang, they're actually just secretly upset at the fact that they're not conventionally attractive. So they want to tear down people who are at any cost, right? And you frumpy fucking male feminist, very much are in that group. So here's the thing. It's like, right, is lesbian porn made for lesbians or guys with a fetish for lesbianism or both? Can it be enjoyed by both? Yes, the answer is yes, it can. So, sure, some lesbian porn is, directed by lesbians and some isn't. Some's directed by a fucking fat guy in a Hawaiian shirt smoking a cigar who's directed 60 porn movies that morning. And just slap it, that's what lesbians do. Yeah, slap that. Yeah, no. Now, motorboat those lips. Yeah, right. They
spin them around, turn them upside down.
Yeah, that's what we like. Yeah, from the back, get it from the back. Right, yeah, brilliant. Love that, right? 61 movie.
Almost Christmas. Put some bells on them.
What are we doing now? Fucking hell, gay for pay. Fuck. Right, so. The point is that both people can enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a straight dude looking at fucking Tracer and say, again, that's how sad it is to even have to have this. If you think Tracer's attractive, right, it's okay, guys.
I know.
It's a little bit sad, but it's all right. But Jonathan McIntosh is trying to say, so what should the openly lesbian character be? Should it be fat, frumpy, someone who isn't attractive, so only lesbians who like frumpy women would find it attractive? So then you get accused of peddling a negative stereotype of lesbians. You will never win. And then look, Brianna Wu. While I'm thrilled to see Overwatch's Tracer is gay, it's worth noting gaming has been long been eager to sexualize lesbians, again, for the male gaze. My fucking...
Who are these people that think I'm wanking over to Overwatch? Like no one's doing it. They play the game.
Well, we're coming to you, man. We're getting... Yeah, fucking hell. But this is what I mean as well about being a form of mental illness. Why are they all using the same term? It's weird, isn't it? How, fake... these things happen in media, fake news, and it gets rammed down. Male gaze, the male gaze. I'm literally shaking. It's an echo chamber of stupidity. All I'm saying is Tracer being gay is awesome, but don't kid yourself. Gaming is still homophobic as hell with men and transphobic too. So it's just men. Men are the problem. Probably even gay men. I don't know. Those fucking homophobic gay men.
Fucking Milo.
Like Milo.
Taking dick and hating gays at the same time.
Oh, this is
that pesky gay man.
Fucking hate this guy whose dick I'm sucking. Fucking what a loser. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's, they're insane. So, I'm glad Tracer's lesbian. Just come on, the male gaze. I don't understand it. The outrage police, man. They're gonna get you. So I think there was one last thing. I sound like Columbo there. There's just one more thing that's been bothering me. Oh yeah, it was this. I wanted to talk about this because it's got nothing to do with the usual shit we talk about, but I thought this was fucking awesome. So this is in the Washington Post, right? Feds indict 2 men in alleged $6 million porno trolling extortion scheme. Right, and you're like, what the fuck is this? Right, so basically, there was these lawyers, and what they did was they would up. Hang on, let me get this right. Because what they did was they had a firm, right, a law firm, and they would buy up copyrights for porn movies. Then they would upload the porn movies they owned the copyright to like Pirate Bay and stuff. And then they would sit there and be like, right, who's fucking downloading them? Oh, it's him. And then they would go out to whoever downloaded them and hit them with lawsuits. Right? And they would always offer to settle for like peanuts. Be like, well, you've been downloading porn. We can go to court and I'll fucking wreck you. Or give us $4,000. So that's literally how they were making their money. That's fucking genius.
That reminds you like an old story. I think it was on like one of those films, not those films, those shows, kind of like the Twilight Zone, but not like it. So basically, it was kind of the same thing, but it was set in older times. But what they'd do is they'd go and they'd say that the man who's just passed away has been buying porn from them, and you've got to settle their bill. You might have even told me the story somewhere. I can't remember. It's like, oh yeah, before your father died, you wrapped up like a $2,000 worth of porn debt. And then the big like reveal was, well, my father couldn't have done that, for he was blind. Like that was the big reveal. And then
what?
It was like,
Man, is that M. Night Shyamalan or something?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know why I know that.
He's another example of someone who's just out of shit. Yeah, he was blind. Let's do that one. That's the big twist.
And it was all a dream.
Yeah. How long before we're back there? Fucking when a film ends and it was all a fucking dream.
That's just a fuck you end, that is.
Like, can you imagine, right, how like mind-blowing it was, the first dude who ever did that, right?
Yeah.
First person who come up with the fucking, it was all a dream, and fucking hell! I had no idea it was a dream. Fast forward 50 years, it was all a bloody dream.
I remember in my English exam, as I was writing a story, and they were like, all right, 5 minutes left. I was like, fuck, I'm only halfway in, so I just ended it with, and it was all a dream. The old cheat code. Never have to finish the story. Still got a B, mate. A.
Yeah, it's still got a B. Still got a B, mate. That's fucking tragic. Then.
Exactly, shows how low the bar was.
State of education. But anyway, I thought that was a real cool story. And probably is more like in line with I Hate It here, but what legend. Like, no, I admire the fucking balls, like, you know? And I think they're going to go to jail because it's like they've got 18 counts because apparently abusing an attorney license is
big and like
it's a big deal. Like you go to fucking jail over that. They'll certainly be disbarred. So yeah, look check this. Some of the films they got. It sounds like the tamest porn ever as well. Like who's downloading this? So they bought the rights to pornographic films that included sexual obsession and busty beauty in red lingerie. And then it goes, and other names too risque to publish it.
It's like Anal Obliterators 12.
That's what I want to know. Like, how far did they go into it? Like, I wish there was a way to get that.
Because I feel like the people who still download porn nowadays are into like weird shit. You know what I mean? The shit you can't find on a website, so they have to like search Pirate Bay for it.
Yeah, it's all like, you know, fucking eel porn or whatever. Like, you know, that's where the big money's at.
Dr. Piss.
Because what?
That's a real thing, that is, mate. I've seen it. No. Swear to God.
No.
Really? They used to play it on the Howard Stern show all the time, yeah. Dr. Piss. And what he'd do is he'd piss into a super soaker, right? But he used to pretend to be a gynecologist. So he'd pretend to go, like, check him. Then they'd piss in his face. He's like, bloody, who's done this? And then he'd run out, piss in a super soaker. I could just wreck him. That was a porn,
Dr.
mate.
Piss.
Dr. Piss. It's a thing, mate. Dr. Piss. Just Google
I'll
it.
check that out. I'm trying to think of some good fucking porns. When I grew up, there was this one. You must have seen Edward Penis Hands.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic. Where he's just got dildos instead of scissors. Like, that's a good one. But I'm trying to think of like, because everyone knows like the fucking
Shaving
Fun-
Ryan Privates.
yeah.
And all the
That was
filmed
gay.
ones.
That was a gay porn film.
Yeah.
That was a gay one. That's how you know when people haven't seen it. They go, yeah, that was a gay one, by the way, mate. Oh, I never watched it. Like,
Stroke 'em on.
Stroke 'em
Trash
on.
talk.
Yeah, remember that. But yeah, honestly, like fucking Dr. Piss is out of his fucking world. Man.
Mate, Google
Where
Dr.
did
Piss and
he-
just look at his face.
Where did he study? Do you know what I mean?
Piss University, mate.
So I don't know, is his name Piss or is he a doctor of piss?
Who knows? But just look at his face, mate. That's all you need to see.
Well, I'm
like.
gonna look now.
Google Dr. Piss. DrPiss.com. Hang a bang. Sponsorship in the works, mate.
Mate, me and him have got the exact same physique, like.
Oh, his website's still up, but.
Dr. Piss.
Let me just double check. I'm not doing this on stream. Yep, so.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm in the right browser.
Bang on. There's this. I'm looking at a picture here, Sam, right? And one of the women who's being examined is having a piss. But
Yeah.
he's doing a piss into her piss.
Crossing streams, I think that's called.
Yeah,
it.
exactly, mate. He's playing Ghostbusters. And that's in Dr. Piss 5.
Oh yeah, he's been up there, like he's
Holy
well
shit.
in it.
How do you keep raising the stakes?
Super
How
so just more and more gadgets, I think, mate. Super soakers, bowls.
First of all, as well, he doesn't even dress like a doctor. He turns up in a wife beater's vest. Like, what's he wearing that for? That's fucking ridiculous. No, but look, all right. So I've got as far as Dr. Piss 7.
It's already stopped, is it?
Yeah, maybe.
Might have retired, but
Oh, what is he doing in that one? That's unacceptable, mate.
I'm trying to find the safe for work picture of it.
Right, put it this way: if you're a doctor, right, and your medical bag just comprises of funnels,
Piss.
funnels, a water pistol.
Right. I think I can show this one, mate. Have a look at that. Let me know. Because that just looks like water to me.
I'm not too sure, mate. But yeah, I mean,
Is that alright?
Well,
Is YouTube allowed?
he might just be having a drink. Like,
Yeah.
that's too much, man.
I can't comment on what the fluid is.
That's unreal, dude. What is he doing?
Look at him full drowning in it as well. Full gargling at the mouth, like.
Where's Dr. Piss been all my life?
Oh, mate. There's buttes.
Oh, fucking hell,
So
bells.
loads of other weird podcasts I know from it as well, from the old search. One called Blue Iris. Have you heard of her?
I don't want
Really old bird with blue hair.
reasonable.
Blue Iris is always a banger.
No, Dr. Piss, isn't it? Oh, wow. He's having it on draft. He drinks it.
Oh yeah, not asked. Dr. Piss don't fuck about, mate. What do you think he does?
To be fair, it is true. Urine is sterile and that, right? That's not an urban myth, is it?
I don't know.
Let's have a look.
Is it? Can't be.
No, I think it is, mate. Oh, hang on.
Nah.
Urine is not sterile. They're very clear about it.
Oh, I've been cleaning my contact lens with piss all the time.
I know. Fucking hell. I'm having a pint of aqua vitae every morning. No wonder I'm a bit under the weather. Because look, it says here, urine is not sterile. Even before it comes out of you and gets contaminated by your skin, bacteria are present at low levels in the urine of healthy people not suffering from a urinary tract infection. And this was reported in by the American Society of Microbiology. So I imagine a little bit's not going to hurt you. So this show's really gone off the fucking
Yeah, I'm
rails,
just
hasn't it?
looking at Dr. Piss, mate. He
Yeah, I
posts,
know, yeah.
right? So he's changed. I think he's changed brands, right? Because I found a video of him from 5 months ago on the website
well, he has gone-
goldenpiss.com.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were going to say he's gone to fucking poop university or
No,
something.
no, I think he probably has, like. But not in this.
Nah. Nah, I never knew that.
No.
Nah, I never knew that. Should probably end the show, mate, I think.
I feel like I gotta show him a picture of Dr. Piss, so here we go. I've got a safe for work one now.
Have you? Let's have a look.
Completely safe for work, look. It's just him and his nurse assistant.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
alright, nah.
Yeah, he's alright. He's looking good.
He's alright. He's not alright, like, he's definitely not alright.
So, if you ever see this doctor, if you ever go... oh, just imagine it, though, like, the doctor will see you now, like, you walk in, oh, yeah.
Super soaker on the wall, what's that for? Don't worry.
Been getting some headaches, I have, like, bit round the temples and that, and been a bit nauseous in the mornings. Let me just get my water pistol. What the fuck is this? Dr. Piss. I'm never going to see him again. You know? Dr. Piss.
Not after next appointment, anyway. I'm already booked, so I might as well go now.
Right, so I think that's it, mate. I think we've done sure. We did it. We got there in the end. We've ended on Dr. Piss for no reason. Probably.
Strong.
That's the YouTube channel shut down right there.
Strong finish.
Yeah. Don't use the word.
Strong finish from Dr. Piss, mate. Strong
finish.
finish.
He's got a stream like a racehorse. Dr. fucking Piss, mate. What a fucking beaut. Friends caused ISIS, Dr. Piss. I can't deal with it anymore, mate. What a Christmas gift this is going to be when it turns up tomorrow and everyone's stocking. Merry Christmas. Oh, what's Richard talking about today? Dr. Piss, you say? You know? Anyway. So have you got any final thoughts, mate?
Nah. Oh, wait. Rest in peace, Joey Boots. He was, there was this guy who's like a regular contributor to Howard Stern show, and you know, that's basically my fucking Bible. And today he died, and he was 49.
Oh, he died? Well, he died today?
Yep, today.
What killed him?
I don't know.
He didn't go to see Dr. Piss, did he?
No, I don't think he drowned in piss, but I don't know. He basically looked like me and mate, so at any point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At some point, you just be like, yeah, he has died. Like,
He looks more like you. He looks more like you, I think.
Why, did he still have his head? Yeah, I think he did, actually.
Brilliant. That's not quite what happened.
Yeah, he did have his head. There we go.
Yeah, so he coined the phrase Baba Booey.
Well, no, he didn't coin it, but remember when Howard Stern first got big, everyone was going on like TV shows and stuff and shouting it? And he was the first one that started doing it, basically. So there we go, mate. A lot of people fucking died this year, man.
Turns out, mate, he's just collapsed in a chair. Look. Me and the building manager opened Joey's door, and Joey was just slumped over in his chair. He was ice cold. Like.
Fucking hell.
That's what's. I mean, brilliant. You gotta love TMZ for the details. That's what's going to happen to you, but.
So, I don't be in a chair, like.
Well, no, you'll be in two chairs. Oh, that was it. That's what we're ending on. You nearly got away with it, you little rat. So I know what you've been up to, mate. When you're not looking at Dr. Piss, you're looking at Bjergsen's mum.
Yeah. I remember.
You've been pulling your little fucking tiggy winkle over that, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got it. Is the link? Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, it's down there. It was reported in the Scottish Sun, mate.
The Scottish Sun. Where are we? I can't fucking see
I'm loving it. I'm loving the fact that Bjergsen's mum is a fucking raging exhibitionist.
I know, as if she doesn't know what he's doing. Mum, I'm gonna go stream, right? Remember that job I've been telling about for the last like 2 years where I've been making like $1 million every year and I've bought you a house? Yeah, I'm gonna go do that now in your room. So just don't walk in naked or nothing. Alright, well, Mum, what are you doing? It's the best part is when she reopens the door, Matt. She goes in, Mum, I'm streaming. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. I've been sat next door waiting for you to get to the top of Twitch so I can show off my fucking smoking hot bikini bod. Good for her. Good for fucking her, legit. I don't even consider this embarrassing. Like, obviously, turns out Bjergsen will never hear the end of it, like.
Yeah.
But for her, it's banging. His mother's in good nick. Gets worse, like, she says, I was just wanting to check if you needed waking up in the morning.
Absolute bullshit story.
Yeah. Just wanted to see if you want. Like, I'm a grown man, and also, I make 7 figures. All right, I'll be right. Yeah, I think I'll just have a lie in if that's all the same with you and count my money. You know what I mean?
I think I'll just run an ad and make $4,000 though. So right.
But yeah, that's fucking classic. Like, Bjergsen's mum's a fucking legend. She's gone straight. She's in there with a possible fucking winner of 2016 award.
Like of the Scottish Sun as well. Just goes gamer. Just
I know.
League of Legends gamer. Yeah, just some random cunt.
Yeah, just random cunt. And
The best part is it says teen player embarrassed as his mother appears behind him. Embarrassing him in this session with online friends. Like as if it was just him and his mates.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off, man. My boys are watching.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
30,000 people.
Sound. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. That's what you've been fapping away to, haven't you? Probably it's what killed Joey Boots, that.
Bjergsen's
mum! Dr. Piss. Combine the two. So yeah, let's just kill this short shit. It's garbage. It's absolute pure garbage. We've been talking about Dr. Piss for 20 minutes. Yeah.
Hope you enjoy the fucking 37 ads I put in this one, boys. You'll be feeding me for Christmas.
I'm hoping that we can do some tags so we get ads for Dr. Piss. Like,
that'd be huge.
That would just tie it all together.
Goldenpiss.com.
So definitely keep plugging his website, mate.
He deserves it, mate. Have a free plug, man. Goldenpiss.com for the highest quality piss videos on the internet. There you go,
The highest quality piss videos on the internet. That's a ringing endorsement right there. So anyway, Merry Christmas to one and all. We'll be back. We got some guests lined up. Obviously, once the holiday period is over, we're going to knuckle down and get some work done. Me and Sam are going to be banging out some more videos. He's back now, so you can expect a bit more activity from the channel. And thanks for watching as always, and we'll catch you on the next episode of The Richard Lewis Show.